Wow, so sexy, such a female empowering group, so badass. This is so beautiful. I have to watch this video again. What's this group name? What? Where can I buy their things? Where can I buy their merch? That's what the company wants you to think. But the reality is sexualization. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Niasio Nigeria podcast, where we discuss all things K-pop, K-drama, and the Korean content in general. Like, I have things to talk about today, but let's take it one step at a time. You know, K-pop by nature is a breeding ground for exploitation, and I'm saying this based on things I've seen over the years of me listening to K-pop and following the trends in the K-pop industry. The way I see it, many groups are being forced, both boy and girl group are being forced into contracts where the entertainment companies have like the absolute power and they take things to the extreme. But this is not to say that every company with a contract is bad. There are companies where the artist and the company work hand in hand to achieve something they both want. That is another case entirely. But you know, when things like this happen, that the companies have automatic and absolute power, the end thereof sometimes is sexualization. This topic was brought about by things I've been seeing on the internet, but the merge of K-pop groups now that are minors and things that they're being exposed to, like there's a need to talk about this. You know, first, let me start with my take on what it means to be sexualized. Yes, the very definition of it, and I mean the very definition of it. First, sexualization means it is imposed by someone, it is implied by someone. Idols sexualize themselves, but they do not over-sexualize themselves. Over-sexualizing means when the idols are not comfortable with things they are made to do, or when sexiness is imposed on the performer beyond what they would ordinarily be comfortable with. And that's what brings me to the topic: who is responsible for the sexualization of K-pop idols, or do we say K-pop artists today? Is it the fans, the artists themselves, or the company? This topic is something a lot of people have not realized how important it is, and we rarely hear about it and we rarely talk about it. So here's what I have to say on sexualization in the K-pop industry. First, we sexualize a lot of K-pop artists, like a lot. I'm very sure you've done that too, consciously or unconsciously, maybe on Twitter, on Instagram, or maybe on Wattpad. But thankfully, maybe just adult artists, right? You know, we have handsome guys like RM, we have Jackson existing, we have Jimin and Taeyeon existing, we have Taemin existing. Like, they are very handsome men. Yeah, we know that. But honestly, can you look at a guy, Ip Trusting, and say that you don't think they want to be seen as sexy? Right? You ask yourself that question. Let's just ask yourself that question. With their all see-through shirts, the deliberate wardrobe malfunction sometimes, which might not be deliberate, or the licking of the lips as they gaze intensely into the camera. They are objectively sexy and they play with their sexuality as part of their performance, expecting reactions from fans. Yeah, they do that a lot. Idols do that a lot. And the same goes for fan service. When you see artists doing service, do this, we want you to do this, they want you to do that. They're not doing it for themselves, they're doing it for the audience. Sexualization is clearly something that was done out of choice by some artists to push artistic or maybe like societal barriers or boundaries. I understand that, but some artists are not comfortable with it all. You know, sometimes they are comfortable with it, and when you see things like that, you question some things, but not to the extreme. I think it's just a matter of choice. Over sexualization, it is when the producer forces sexual concepts on entertainment for the sake of selling views, when the idol sex appeal is taken for granted, like it's taken advantage of for profit. But this, however, does not excuse forced sexualization. Many groups are given a matured concept, and within it, maybe members are expected to show skin, flex looks or muscles. This is pertaining to both of the male and female groups or idols. Many times, some of these idols are not even comfortable with being over sexualized. They are being forced to bear with it, and they present it on maybe reality shows, skits or fan meets, but some of them are just not comfortable with it. I think it comes to a stage as fans where we just have to think and draw some barriers, because at the end of the day, these people are just people trying to meet ends meet. Like, they are trying to do their job. So I don't expect that they should be bombarded with fan fictions, dirty letters, reading things on Wattpad or other pages that they are not comfortable with. I was actually listening to there was a particular post I saw on Instagram recently of songs that are going to be 10 years in 2024, and I saw some songs. I was going through the list and I saw AOA miniskirt, Girls Day something, and I actually looked at the dresses some of these ladies were wearing, and I was like, wow. So this is not a new thing in the industry. It's been happening over and over and over again. That, like, nobody called it out, nobody saw something wrong with it. Oh, they are artists and they should perform their part. Because we see girl groups now, they're always in little skirts, and the cameraman, I'm so sorry to say this, the cameraman just seemed to linger too long in inappropriate places. So, like, get shot of what, for Christ's sake? What are you getting a shot of? She's in a little skirt. What else do you want to capture? Most girl groups are expected to be in skirts, doing very crazy choreos and singing. Like, where are the long pants, the boots, like dresses fitted for dancing? We are not trying to control what they wear, you get me right. But we love to see freedom in their dancing and performance. Like, this is like an obvious sexualization in the industry. I don't have a problem with people wearing what they want, but let them approve and be comfortable with what they want. To fans, it might be like, oh, it's just a short moment, like they're dancing something. But to those artists themselves, it's like they've been there for a very long time in those uncomfortable clothes. They just want to get off the stage and be done with this. Now to the category of artists. I believe some artists think being sexy brings out the best in them. That's the selling point. Let's take, for example, idol training reality shows. I watch some and I see that sexiness is seen as confidence, and our trainees they're taught that being super sexy is an easy way to get the wow factor that makes you stand out. You're going to be marketable, you're going to get into a group. I think these girl groups, they take this sexy concept out of desperation to want to make it. But once on stage, these companies, they would now make them wear clothes that are 2-inch miniskirt, trying to bring out the cute student concept. But no, why must you do that? That is like sexualization of them. When you see a lot of girl group promotions nowadays, they are either in this the lacy ruffled dresses and or the female fatal style. Most of the groups are pushed into being sexy. I just think it's ridiculous that these outfits are so revealing that the safety shorts under are actually showing. Why are they called safety shorts if we're actually seeing them outside? Why? They have now made safety shorts and the lap blankets such a norm now. Every time you see them at award shows, at places where they sit, there's always a blanket with them. Why must you carry a blanket outside? You're not comfortable sitting, you're not comfortable with what you're wearing. And see, you can't just tell me that it's not for sex appeal. It is for sex appeal, and it is not forced. It is forced sometimes, and it's for sex appeal. Like, there was a group I was listening to the interview recently. They were talking about their hot pants and some of the costumes they wear, and showing off sexy pose with no embarrassment and not wearing any modesty blanket. And they were saying it with so much confidence that they were happy with it. And I was actually thinking, like, okay, I saw this performance. You guys were not comfortable. You can't tell me otherwise that you were comfortable. You are not comfortable. That was not being comfortable to me. I'm sure that like many artists too, yes, sex sells and they embrace it so that they can get the best of the sex appeal wholeheartedly. But when they get a point in their career, they are already being over sexualized. Like, what was the essence of it? Another example I'll give is I don't know the full story of this because I was not into K-pop then. A particular lady where I don't know the song. I think RM featured her in one of his album. The story of the lady that goes does she was signed to JYP at a very young age, and she sang, is it adult? Was the song adulthood? I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the song. It was a very popular song then. Like, after that song became such a hit, the girl she was a girl then, she had like this, she was not comfortable again because the image portrayed through that song was sexual. Like, it was so sexual, like you understand that this song is sexual. Like, it now became an image for her and she hated that image. But what had been done already. They can't change it. She had to leave the industry for a very long time. Then I was hearing about a story when RM dropped his album and he was doing it like a storytelling before the release of the album, like what came about this and that. It drew her back into the industry, like let it go, like you can start afresh. Taking examples like that, yes, you might think as artists, you might think the sex appeal sells now. It drives people to want to listen to you, to want to view your content. But at the end of the day, is that the image? The question you should be asking yourself is that, is this the image I want to go with for the rest of my career? Because you have a long way to go. Your career is just starting, especially people that are just starting in the industry and they're already giving them this type of concept. Why is it that you don't think of the long run in the industry? Just think of instant gratification. Oh, let us sell them as this sexy group and we get the cash boom back fast. Why not think about the longevity of these people, of their careers? I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, right? But I need to say this. I know an idol's career or the appeal relies on how they are marketed. I understand that. And we can't control how the company decides on how to like market them. We just don't have a say in that. And I feel sorry for those that are powerless against them. It is especially uncomfortable to watch young female idols wearing revealing clothes. Actually, I feel very uncomfortable. And dancing suggestive moves. We will never find a way to find out if they really care about this or they just keep quiet and go with it. I believe idols and like groups shouldn't have to rely on their looks and beauty or muscles for a spectacular performance. We love them anyway, even with their odd personalities, and even those odd personalities make us love them more because they are real. But their private parts should not be highlighted and spread all over the internet. We want them to be comfortable with showing their body. I don't have a problem with that as long as you're comfortable with it. You want to do it, then go ahead to do it. And most importantly, they have to be mature enough to want to show their body. They can wear what they want. I don't have a problem with it, as long as they approve and are comfortable with it. And this is for everybody. K-pop artists are human. They have feeling. They deserve respect. Please, let's treat them like how you want to be treated. Unless you want to be treated like a sex toy. Yes, that's what I said it. Unless you want to be treated like a sex toy, learn to respect people, K-pop artists, as you would want to be respected too. Okay, I've said a lot on this. Please, like, let me just keep quietly and guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about this whole discuss about sexualization in the K-pop industry? I'll stop here for now. I'll stop here for today. Yes, I've said a lot and I need to keep it in. Let me just keep quiet. And this is what I have for you today on the podcast. Please let me know what you think about the sexualization of K-pop artists in the industry for today. Who do you think is responsible? Is it the artists themselves that give in to this to be relevant in the industry, or the fans with their ridiculous requests, or the companies wanting to make profits from this artists and exploiting them based on their sexual appeal? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Until I meet you on the next episode of Aniasio Niger podcast, do well to stay safe Eat well, drink well, and watch a lot of K-drama. Bye for now.